Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the Helsmiths of Hashut. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. The Helsmiths of Hashut harness the power of caged demons for a boost on the battlefield. The Helsmiths of Hashut are tyrannical despots who have the audacity to ensnare demons from the realms of chaos and bind them into weapons. Their desire for domination over all things and their view of the realms are a vast stockpile of resources to feed their greedy empire, is reflected by their rules with Warhammer Age of Sigmar. The more territory you control, the more power suffuses your forces. Alright, so here we can see the new Helsmiths of Hashut combat patrol, and it is definitely awesome. We got an artillery piece, we've got a demon engine, we got a squad of your basic Helsmiths of Hashut, and then we've also got a leader. Very, very cool models. I am super excited to paint these up. When the Zeragon head to war, they leave the land in ruin. Units that are out of combat or contesting objectives or terrain pieces earn a desolation token at the start of the turn if they don't already have one. These units can harness demonic power at the start of each turn, transforming the tokens into demonic power points, which can then allocate it to anyone but Hobgrots. By spending a command point, they may also draw on the resources of demonic power in the hero phase, suffussing one of the units an additional demonic power points. But what does all this raw energy do? So once per turn, any start of your turn, harness demonic power. Effect: you must use this ability at the start of each of your turns. Remove all demonic power points from each friendly unit. Then gain one demonic power point for each friendly desolation token on the battlefield. Then allocate your demonic power points to friendly non-Hobgrot Helsmiths of Hashut units. Each unit can have a maximum of 3 demonic power points. Then all unallocated demonic power points are lost. Designer's note: non-Hobgrot units have abilities that become more powerful depending on how many demonic power points you have. We recommend using color dice to track the number of demonic power points a unit has. So every turn, at the beginning of your turn, you're going to clear all of your existing demonic power points, and then you're going to gain 1 demonic power point for each friendly desolation token on the battlefield. And then you have the ability to allocate those demonic power points up to 3 per non-Hobgrot unit. And then based on how many of these power points each unit has, it's going to give them some extra abilities. So you'll be able to channel your power where you need it most. Demonic power enables your troops and heroes in unique ways. Take the War Despot. This black-hearted conqueror adds 3 to the control score of units within 6 for each point he has. Infernal cohorts earn demonic resilience, granting a ward save that grows as they swell with power, eventually capping at 5+ and 4+ ward against damage inflicted by prayers and spellcraft. So we have a couple of the characters. So first we have the War Despot, a black-hearted conqueror, and this is a passive ability. Effect: add 3 to the control score of friendly Helsmiths of Hashut infantry units while they are wholly within 6 of this unit. Add 6 to the range of this ability for each demonic power point this unit has. So he always grants the +3 to control scores, and then the range of this is 6, and then it goes up by 6 for each power point this unit has. So theoretically, if he has 3 power points, it's going to add 18 inches to the range, so it's going to give you a 24-inch range. So that is basically like a 49-inch bubble of +3 to your control score. And then we have the Infernal cohort, passive demonic resilience. Effect: apply the effect below that corresponds with the number of demonic power points this unit has. So demonic power points: 1, this unit has a ward 6+, 2, this unit has a ward 5+, 3, this unit has a ward 4+ against damage inflicted by spells, prayers, and abilities used by manifestations. Otherwise, it has a ward of 5+. So very cool. We see a couple of the different abilities that are available to the Helsmiths of Hashut with their demonic power points. The bipedal dominator engines forged in the image of Hashut are fueled by furnaces that roar with the blaze of demon fire. Each allocated point improves the demonic strength, increasing the movement characteristic by 1 and their attacks by 1 for each point. A fully powered dominator engine with the Bane Maces can smash out 7 attacks that deal 3 damage, while those equipped with the immolation cannons can bolster their guns with 8 attacks. And that's before they get to stomp and gore foes in combat. So here we see the Dominator engine, which is an absolutely amazing model, and you have 2 different builds, combat or shooting. So the ranged weapons, we have the Immolation Cannon, Anti-Cavalry +1 Rend, shoot in combat. It has a range of 8, 5 attacks, hits on 2s, wounds on 4s, Rend 1, and damage D3. And then we have the melee weapons, Bane Maces, charge +1 damage. And then we have 4 attacks, hits on 4+, wounds on 2+, Rend 1, and damage 3. So it goes to damage 4 on the charge and can have up to 7 attacks. That is insane. And then we have the passive ability, Demonic Strength. Effects for each demonic power point this unit has: add 1 to its move characteristic and add 1 to its attack characteristic of its weapons. So when these things are fully powered up, they are just going to wreak havoc on the battlefield. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. The Zeradron harness the lore of infernal power for Daemonsmiths, magical mastery over earth and fire, have the movement of enemy units with hateful fractures, or summon a wave of molten metal that can torch armor and flesh alike. So we have the lore of infernal power. So this is a 6-up to cast, hateful fractures. Declare, pick a friendly Helsmiths of Hashut wizard to cast a spell. Pick a visible enemy unit within 18 inches of them to be the target, then make a casting roll of 2d6. Effect, half the target's move characteristic until the start of your next turn. And then we have the lore of infernal power, molten metal, and this is an 8-up. Declare, pick a friendly Helsmiths of Hashut wizard to cast a spell. Pick a visible enemy unit within 18 inches of them to be the target, then make a casting roll of 2d6. Effect, roll a number of dice equal to the unmodified casting roll. Inflict 1 mortal damage on the target for each roll that equals or exceeds the target's save characteristic. So you need an 8 to get it off, so you're going to be rolling at least 8 dice. If you roll up to a 12, you're going to be rolling 12 dice. So it's going to hit harder based on how good of a save characteristic the target has. So if the target has a 2-up save on a 2 or better, you're going to do a mortal damage. If it has a 5-up save on a 5 or better, you're going to do a mortal damage. So basically like a heat metal action. Very cool. By invoking the Raging Contempt of the Bullfather with the prayers of the Scorched Sect, Ashen Elders can summon the Black Flames of Hashut to incinerate their foes. A particularly scornful Furnace Blessing further tortures the demons bound in your army's weapons, blazing hotter in impotent outrage. So we have the prayers of the Scorched Sect. So here's a couple of the prayer lores. So the first one is on a 4, Black Flames of Hashut. Declare, pick a friendly Helsmiths of Hashut priest to chant this prayer. Pick a visible enemy unit within 12 inches of them to be the target, then make a chanting roll of a d6. Effect, roll a number of dice equal to the number of models in the target unit. For each 5-up, inflict 1 mortal damage on the target. If a chanting roll is 8-up, inflict 1 mortal damage on the target for each 4-up instead. So this one's going to be particularly good at clearing chaff. So a unit of 20 models, on average, if you roll an 8-up, you're going to do 10 mortal damage. And next we have the Furnace Blessings, and this is a 4 to chant. Declare, pick a friendly Helsmiths of Hashut priest to chant this prayer. Pick a visible friendly Helsmiths of Hashut unit wholly within 12 of them to be the target, then make a chanting roll of a d6. Effect, add 1 to the rend characteristic of the target's melee weapons for the rest of the turn. If a chanting roll was 8+, this unit's melee weapons also have crit mortal for the rest of the turn. Alright, so very cool. A little extra rend, and on an 8-up to chant this, you're going to have crit mortals as well. Lesser units like Hobgrot Vandalz are designed to race forward in the deployment phase to create a disposable front line, while both Centaurs and Anoited Sentinels thunder into battle with high movement and overwhelming strength. 4 battle formations point to armies of infantry, war machines, mutant centaurs, and scornful sorcerers, providing benefits whenever you pour your demonic power into those particular units. Alright, so very cool. We see our first look into the actual rules and like the abilities of the demonic power points. And so far, the Helsmiths of Hashut models look absolutely amazing. They've got a completely new mechanic to go along with it. I am super excited for this box set. So let me know if you're looking forward to picking up and painting the Helsmiths of Hashut. If you're looking forward to putting them on the table, always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and the Chaos Dwarves cannot come soon enough. And I'm out of here.